Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Powersheets video. I bet you thought that I forgot about them and I wasn't doing them, but no, it's just because it's been a wild year already. So it's May 10th that I'm filming this. I did fill this out on May 1st, but it is May 10th and I just wanted to finally get back into the swing of doing my Powersheets because I like filming these and I always do them every month. But I like sharing them, and I think it's something that people like to watch. So, if you missed my beginning of the year prep work, I will link that video up in the cards. I'm just filming on my phone today because my usual camera that I film on, the battery is dead, and I just want to do this and get it done. So, the lighting and everything is maybe not as good as it usually is, but we'll work with it. So, as I said, I did film my prep work. So if you're unfamiliar, this is the Powersheets. It's the 12-month Powersheets goal planning system. I've been using it for, I think this is my 4th year now or 3rd year. I love them. If you want to learn more about them, there are like so many good videos on the internet, on YouTube about using them. I'm not going to go into all that because in the essence of time, because otherwise it's going to be a really long video. My Powersheets videos are typically longer videos anyway. So yes, so I'm going to go over 2 things today. So the first is that I did the prep work and I did post that. I also filmed my goal setting pages, but I never went over those. I never actually edited that and posted that. And I have not gone over it since then. And some of those goals have honestly changed since January, or I'm trying to think if I actually did those in December, if I did them like January 1st. But regardless, some of those goals have changed and some have been canceled. And so I just wanted to go through them. But we'll start there. We'll just do like a brief overview of my 2022 goals. Now, the way the Powersheets are structured is that you can do a goal refresh every quarter. This year and also last year, I chose not to do it in the spring because I felt like the beginning of the year was like really chaotic both times and I didn't really have very much to change and edit because I was still working on all of those goals. So I don't think I did. There was definitely a quarter, maybe I didn't do the summer one last year. There was definitely like one I didn't do last year. So I did not do the spring quarterly refresh. So my goals remain the same as they were in the beginning of the year. Anyway, so this is my sheet. What I do every year is you create your yearly goals based on your prep work. I always make a copy of it so I can put it in with each, as I'm working, so I'm not flipping back and forth pages. I put it in with each month as I'm working on the monthly spread. So my overarching, I chose 7. You can choose up to 8. My 7 were take better care of my body, grow my YouTube channel, care for the home I love, 40 days of travel, scrapbook and memory keep, embrace my runner truth, and make time for what moves me. So, real quick, we're not going to go through the detailed pages, but since I never actually edited the video and things have changed, I felt like weird editing that video and just putting it up as is. So I felt like, let's just go through these real briefly. So, goal number 1 for 2022, which was also a goal for 2021 that I did not do very well at all, is take better care of my body. It's a struggle. I'm a distance runner and I was a dancer, and like taking care of our bodies are like just not things that we do. It's just not a thing we do. So on each of this is your goal action plan, and then this is break your goals down, this next page here. So I'll go over both of those. But this is a wild card in 2022. This used to be printed in here, and it's now, this is like a blank page, and you can print these wild cards and put them in. It's the same as it was in 2021, and that's what I did. So on this, breaking down your goals, so it has what is your goal, and then why you want to do it, and then some like little stuff about the goal. So take better care of my body. I said why. I want to feel better. I want to feel stronger, have more energy, be happy with what I see in the mirror. And also that I want to avoid injury with my ambitious running goals, which we'll talk about my ambitious running goals and how 2022 is common for all of them. So they ask what success looks like for this goal at the end of 2022. I said being able to go off my blood pressure meds because I get my weight under control and getting to a weight that I feel comfortable at. I'm not putting a number on it because you can't put a number on it. Like, you don't know, you don't know what weight is going to be the weight you feel good at, right? But I would like to. I would like to get off the obese on the BMI scale. That would be super duper. Get off my blood pressure meds. Also, success would look like running injury free and being able to do splits. Like, I know this is silly, I turned 40 in October, and my goal is to, on my 40th birthday, do a cartwheel into a split. And I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm like real close on the cartwheel, and the split is coming along. I used to be able to do all 3 splits, and I had like above 180 degree, I could like do splits on chairs, like, yeah, back when I was a dancer. Now that I'm a runner, runners don't stretch. The struggle is real. So, they also ask you what might happen if you don't start or make progress on the goal, people who will be positively affected, and how we'll have fun along the way. I don't think I'm gonna go over those just because in the essence of time, I'm just trying to like do an overview. So when you use this wildcard sheet that I put in here, it's the goal action plan. So you break your goal, so my goal, take better care of my body, into 3 mini goals. So I chose complete the bar blend program, daily recovery stuff, and that means my amino acids and my collagen every day, use my Theragun every day. As I said, things have changed since, stretch 10 minutes or more daily. That I've been pretty consistent on most of the year. I don't know. And then lose weight by tracking my macros, eating at least 130 grams of protein, and checking in with my tracker every day. That I have a tracker online that I check in with. So, so goal number 1, take better care of my body. And then those were my goals within it. The Bar Blend program is, if you do Beachbody On Demand, it's an 8-week program on there. It's supposed to be really, really good for runners to help with your strength and injury prevention, and also with speed. So my goal is to complete that this year. It's slow going because I try to fit the timing in, and But anyway, second goal was to grow my YouTube channel, and I said why. I love interacting with other random humans on the internet, and I really have fun making the videos, and I feel proud of myself when I put them up. It doesn't happen that often anymore. I'm so far behind, I'll never catch up. That's not true. I'm gonna catch up. What success would look like for this goal at the end of 2022, having consistent followers who interact with me and posting 3 times a week is my ultimate goal. I would like to do a weekly vlog, a plan with me, and then one other video, like the Powersheets, what I eat in a day, something like that. So that's the ultimate goal, is to get up to consistently posting 3 videos a week. So for my goal action plans, you know you can't read this, but you can see me talking about it, and it's kind of the same thing. Finish my page layout. I still don't have an about me, and I don't have like a fancy, I just have a picture of me in Death Valley. I don't have like a fancy something to grab your attention and be like, oh, her, we want to follow her. In the front page, I don't know how you figure out what videos are there, and you're supposed to have a preview for people who are new to your channel. I don't know how to do this stuff. I need to do this stuff. Okay, so second mini goal is to establish a posting routine. So the plan with me goes up this day, the vlog goes up that day, and the third video will be the third day. And then post my planner spreads on Instagram, because I know that's a good way to drive engagement, is when I do my planner, post it on Instagram, tag the shops that I'm using, and I'm still not doing that. Why am I giving away the secrets of my goals before I've talked to you about my goals? Anyway, yes, this is my Balsam Hill Christmas tree that stays out year round. I did not decorate it for spring because my house was in a state of chaos when spring decorating came around. If you're playing the Fox's Best Laid Plan drinking game and you drink every time I say chaos, you're gonna die. So I think take chaos off of your list, off of the drinking game list. Or if you're playing bingo, you're solid. If you're playing Fox's Best Laid Plans bingo, you're welcome. Anyway, this is my Balsam Hill tree. I have my summer decorations ready to go, but that's for next week, not for this week. All right, goal number 3, care for the home I love. So I used this goal to be an overarching goal for housework, home improvement projects, gardening, everything like that. So I said, why am I motivated to make this happen? I hate living in clutter. It distracts me. That's really a bad thing for my anxiety and especially my depression. If the house is cluttered and I'm already on the border, that will be the thing that I will just be overwhelmed, and I just will not. I will just stay in bed and not do any of the things. And I also said, I want to have a nice home so I have more time to relax and enjoy, because I do feel when the house is a mess, then I spend my days off stressing about it, trying to do it, not being able to do it because it's too much, and then repeating the cycle. What success would look like at the end of 2022. My house would be decluttered. I'd have a place for everything. I'd have a storage system for my creative supplies and new attic floors. If you've been watching my plan with me, so you know, or my vlog, you know about the attic floors. So I made my 3 mini goals. Number 1 was new attic floors and move everything back to the attic. Should I give you a spoiler? No, you already know. Cleaning routine. I want to get into a rhythm of this is when I vacuum, this is when I dust, this is when I do these I do the blinds. Does anybody else wash their blinds? I just am bad at it, and I know I need to do it because I have allergies. It should be something that I do. Anyway, and then finally I said research creative paper planning solutions. So I have all my Allie Edwards stuff that I plan to work on, but it's all over the place. All my washi tape is overtaking the room. I just need a better system and some more storage for that. So my favorite goal probably for the year 2022 is 40 days of travel. I am turning 40 in October, as I mentioned. And so this is my why. I want to celebrate my 40th birthday and help put off the anxiety and bad vibes by traveling 40 days this year. My ultimate dream was to take 40 days off, 20 days before my birthday and 20 days after, and just take a leave of absence from work and just travel for 40 days in an RV and see all these national parks. And that's not really practical because that coincides with flu season, which is the busiest time of year if you work in retail pharmacy. So not gonna happen. So I just settled for 40 days across the year. We're already almost halfway there, and it's only May 10th. So what success would look like this at the end of 2022? 40 days of traveling, so many photos and videos, seeing the desert. So speaking of things that did not happen, my first 3 mini goals were a solo desert trip in January, which did happen. Plan a trip to California in April, which did happen. And Flat Top Mesa 100K race in February, which did not happen. But something really good did happen that weekend anyway. So, and it counts for 40, it was still travel, so it counts. But I just don't know, it's so weird to go through these goals after I've already made them and started working on them. So I apologize if this feels a little disjointed or weird or something like that, but it felt more organic to do it this way and kind of be talking about the goals as I'm going through the goals rather than to play an old video with outdated information. Clearly, I didn't go to Flat Top Mesa because I got hurt. If you don't watch the vlogs, I think I talk about it in the plan with me. I got frostbite at a race, and we're going to talk about that race in 2 goals in January. And so any plans that I had to do an ultra in February were just, I couldn't run the whole month of February. So the next goal is to scrapbook and memory keep. Why? It makes me happy. I love seeing all the memories. I love going back through the scrapbooks when they are done. Memory keeping helps me keep my brain in order. That's another thing. Checking in every day and just writing in my bullet journal helps me remember what I did, what I ate, what happened that day, what day I did this thing. It's just, my brain functions much better when I have a record like that. So what success looks like for the end of 2022, all caught up on photo edits. Don't watch last week's plan with me if you want to know about photo edits. Keeping up with stories by the month. Spoiler alert, I haven't. And being able to work through December daily in real time in 2022. I still have not touched 2021's December daily because January was that's what January was like. Except January was also and also but none of those things were conducive to doing scrapbooking. All right. My 3, this is fun to go back and look at this because I haven't really looked at these mini goals. So, mini goal number 1, get my photos organized again. Okay, I did some of this. So put all the photos on my laptop, tally up the totals and record it in my bullet journal, and then set a daily goal to complete it. And I said complete it by the end of quarter 1. It's not gonna happen because quarter 1 is over. Maybe by quarter 2, but I have some stuff happening in the summer. I don't know. Daily bullet journal and photo edits every day in January. I did the bullet journal. I did not do the photo edits. And then, well, we scrapped this one. Do January and February stories by the month. That's the Ali Edwards scrapbooking kit that I use. As they occur. No distractions. Make yourself the fucking time, Fox. I didn't make myself the fucking time. It's okay. It's okay. We move on. Okay. So we got lots to work on that for the rest of the year, right? We can keep going back to that goal. Number 6 or 7. I can't get my paper open. Number 7. Number 6. Okay, goal number 6, embrace my runner truth. This one is a work in progress and I feel like I shouldn't even talk about it. Why? It helps my brain. I feel proud of myself when I run. What success would look like at the end of 2022. Run like 3 ultras. Maybe a half. Oh, I said maybe a few halfy halves because I was like feeling all confident. Feel strong and worthy of the hashtag do epic shit. No injuries. I put that in all capital letters. And January 28th, I fucked it up. Hi. So if I do the summer refresh, whatever that is, maybe it's July. I don't remember if it's June or July. Anyway, when the summer refresh comes, I think I have a lot of work to do with this goal, and I want to keep this goal on here because it's important to me, but I have a lot of work to do within it. So mini goal number 1 was to give the frigid 50K a shot, and that is where I got frostbite. So I did accomplish that goal. I just said give it a shot. I didn't say finish it. Absolutely smash Flat Top Mesa, which we didn't do. Decide on summer and fall races. That's in process right now. We're working on it. And finally, the thing that I struggle with all the time, make time for what moves me. Why? Because I let the good self-care shit slide when I am stressed, and it's not good for me. It is a vicious cycle. It perpetuates itself, and it's not good. So yeah. Self-care, doing stuff that makes me feel good and alive and happy, that's the ultimate focus. I mean, travel, but yeah. What success would look like at the end of 2022 for this goal? Lots of good vibes, more creative me, and less stressed me. Wow, that sounds like a me that I want to be around. So, okay. Let's see, my mini goals for the first quarter when I wrote them were check out a new coffee shop every week. I have not done that, and I just started doing it last week. I went to my first one, and I crossed it off my list, and I was like, I will do 2 coffee shops a week for the rest of the year. I really won't. Number 2 was make mornings me time again, focus on my morning routine, like light candles, have a nice wine or tea before bed to just wind down and get ready for the next day. Yeah, I'm doing better on that. And then read more. I have been reading more this year, actually. I didn't read very much at all last year. I'm sorry, my neighbors are outside being loud. So if you hear like screaming children, they're not my children, they live next door. Okay, so those are the 7 goals that I'm working with in 2022. And I don't think I'm gonna show you the recap of April's goals because it doesn't make sense super duper, right? Because you haven't been following along because I've been doing these and not filming these, right? I don't really know. I don't know if that's the right answer or not to go through what I accomplished. I think we're just gonna start fresh with May, okay? So, should we go through prepare well? Okay, so the way this is set up, if you're new, the first is prepare well, and it goes through your important to-dos for the month, the things you're excited for, things that are on your mind, which could be good or bad, and then I'm hopeful that, so things that you are optimistic about, or, bad things that you're hoping will turn out better. My important to-dos, I have like 1,000 doctor's appointments. I had my orthodontist appointment, I had my doctor appointment, and I'm going to see an allergist for the first time finally and get an allergy test to figure out why I can't breathe every morning. Yay, exciting. pick a fall race, and find a new running coach. My running coach retired this month, so I have to find a new running coach, especially if I'm going to take on a marathon or more in the fall. I'm excited for finding out what I'm allergic to. I have some ideas, but it'll be great to finally figure that out. Hot Tot Summer is a challenge that I'm doing with a YouTuber called, her channel is called Sophia Marie D. Her name's Sophie. I talked about that more in my Plan With Me, so I'm not going to go into that, but I'm super excited about it. I'm excited for running again because I decided May 1st I was going to just jump back into it. I'm excited for warm weather. And then my friend Christy's birthday, which we're going out for tonight. We are going to see a show at one of our favorite local theater companies next week. I'm really enjoying my HelloFresh cooking, working in my garden, and doing creative projects. I'm like, yeah, May, I'm going to crush it in May. On my mind, my stupid body and its stupid insistence on breaking down. Part of the reason we're going to the allergist, just to see what's causing me to not feel great. Also, I have been struggling with a cough from acid reflux. Now, it is better because I'm on medication for it now, but it has been, you don't want a non-pandemic related cough during a pandemic where cough is the defining feature. It's just not fun to be around other humans because they think you have the plague. I don't. I just have no gallbladder. Also on my mind, anxiety, because it's been very spirally and jump to conclusions-y lately. When I first started having this cough, I was immediately oh my goodness, I inherited lung cancer from my dad. If you are new here, hi. My dad passed away in August of last year from small cell lung cancer. He was diagnosed in August of 2020. He made it about a year. And they say there's no genetic link to it, but his mom also she had a mixture of small cell and non-small cell. So I do have that worry. I try to do everything I can to not let any environmental factors that I can control have an effect, but still, that's the way my brain is. It's this hurts, this doesn't feel right. That means the worst conclusion. So it's been kind of not good for my brain right now. And I realized I've just been thinking endlessly about anxiety stuff. And I'm no, I need to stop. I'm hopeful that all is good and that the medication that I'm taking works and I can lose some weight, and that might help my symptoms as well. I'm hopeful that this will be a good month, and I'm hoping that I will get back into running and feel good. So I've run 3 times now since the 1st, and I feel really good. So that's a promising start. On to the tending list. The thing you all come here for, maybe. So every time you put encouraging words and a priority, and then you make your monthly, weekly, and daily action items. My encouraging words were from the great Richard Simmons, who I adore. You're worth it. And my priority is take care of me. So this month is supposed to be about taking care of my body, eating better, working out properly, stretching every single day with a 10-minute stretching video from Peloton, getting sleep, taking my supplements, and also doing creative stuff all the time that makes me happy. Doing the make time for what moves me. So let's go through my monthly action items. I filled the whole thing out because I have a lot of goals and hopes and dreams this month. I can't tell if my hair looks good or if it looks just like I didn't brush it, but I did brush it, I swear to you. Yeah, that's another weird thing that's been going on. I've been losing hair more than I normally do, and I think it's just stress related. I think everything comes back to stress, but you can't prove that, so you have to just try to work on stress. But how can you work on stress when the stressors are not going away? It's a thing. So I try to put things related to my goals. So I have 2 goals for my YouTube channel goal. 2 goals for my goal. 2 goals for my goal. I have 2 action items for my YouTube goal. One is to film and post a 2021 flip through. I love doing that. I had so much fun doing my 2020 flip through, even though 2020 was a fucking mess. I really want to do that and post that this month. And then I want to end May caught up. Like I said, I'm behind on, I have 7 vlogs that are behind. I want to get that all done, and I want to start June just right on track. That's a goal. Next up, I have 2 action items related to my scrapbooking and memory keeping goal. The first is to catch up my bullet journal because I just kind of skipped spaces sometimes because just in the essence of staying current, I have to go back and fill in some days. Also, I would like to complete 30 2-page scrapbook spreads in my Allie Edwards scrapbooking. That's going to be the toughest one to do this month. I just am finishing up my off rotation. I do 7 on 7 off at work. So when I have 7 days off and then I have some days that I work. So I just am finishing up. Today is my last day and I go back to work for 7 days tomorrow. So like the chances I'm going to be able to work on a scrapbook over the next 7 days is very low. And I would like to work on it when I have my next 7 days off, but we have to go out of town for a family thing, for husband's family. So I don't know. So that's going to be the hardest one I think that's on my list. I have 2 action items related to my goal of 40 days of travel. Not actually traveling, well, we are going out of town for this, but I'm not counting that on my travel because it's for a memorial service for husband's grandma who passed away like a couple weeks before my grandma passed away. It was a rough fucking January. So I'm not counting that for my 40 days of travel. So I have 2 goals related to other trips that we're taking. The first is to book our flights for the Gorge. We're going to see Dave Matthews Band at the Gorge this year on Labor Day weekend with friends, and I'm so excited. So I need to get our plane tickets and I need to get our hotel for Seattle. So we're going to be in Seattle for 2 nights, and then we'll be driving over to the Gorge. And we already have our Airbnb reserved for the actual nights of the show because those book up very fast. I have 3 action items related to my goal of caring for the home that I love. The first is to mulch my garden and finish the spring cleanup. So like getting all the leaves out from the fall. That's a long process. And I've already done like 2 really long days in the garden and it's just like, this is all I got. My garden, it's here. It's really hard work. Plant my herbs. I bought them. They're in their little pots sitting outside. They're not on the ground yet. And go to Brankles, which I did. I did go to Brankles. And it says plant some vegetables, which I have not even touched my vegetable garden yet. I've been working on the herbs and then putting in a few more perennials and getting some of my like basket gardening done. So I haven't even touched veggies. I hope I can get to it by the end of the month, but that might be another goal that's hard to hit. And then finally, I had one that directly relates to take better care of my body, which is to complete my health insurance savings thingies. I don't know what they're called. There's like opportunities that you can like take a course online or you can go for a screening or something like that. And it saves you money on your health insurance and you can do up to 3 of them. And I want to do all 3 this month so that I get my savings because I'm a grown up and grown-ups like to save money on health insurance. It's a thing. So weekly action items and I don't always get along. I put some in though, dedicated to the cause of May is going to be a good month. First of all is to go to the cemetery once a week. I kind of missed the first week, but then we were in the cemetery yesterday with my friend Danielle. So I'm going to count that as the first week and then I got to go one more time this week to count it. 1 coffee shop trip per week. As I said, I did that last week. I got to do another one this week. Measurements and progress photos for the Hot Tot Summer group that I'm in. That's supposed to be a weekly, check-in once weekly. Lift 2 times a week is my goal. I'm doing like just lift videos, weightlifting videos, or I count bar blend as weightlifting or strength training because it is like you're sore the next day. And then do dance or do a Richard Simmons or do a Paula Abdul tape because I love running, but I love dance and like it moves different muscles and makes you feel really stronger because it builds that core strength dancing. So I want to have a variety of different workouts every week. Finally, I have some daily action items on here. My amino acids and my collagen supplement every day. It's just to help with recovery. Although I think the collagen helps my skin and hair too. Not the hair loss thing. I don't know what's up with that. That's probably stress. But I do think it helps my skin to be on the collagen supplement also. So I started taking it for muscle recovery for running and I feel like it really helps. I don't really have those sore days anymore like I used to where like, I remember the first time I ran a half, I like couldn't walk up steps for like 3 days. I don't have that anymore, which is awesome. And I think that the amino acids and collagen are helping that. Work out at least 30 minutes a day, stretch 10 minutes or more a day. And then I started a new thing this month of having a water cup first thing in the morning because husband was reading about skincare online. And he read this article. It said one of the best things that you can do for your skin is drink a cup of water immediately when you get up in the morning. So when I get up, I go downstairs and I drink my little cup of water for health. And I've been every 10 out of 10 days so far. So pretty exciting. Check into my wellness tracker. I am doing a paper wellness tracker where I am also putting like pictures and my stats, and I'm putting my like macro tracker, and I just love it. I think it looks so cute, and it like talks about wellness things like how did I do with my eating, what fitness did I do, did I stretch, how are my stress levels, like looking into stuff like did I get enough sleep. It's like it's basically like memory keeping in my bullet journal, but specifically for wellness things like that. And then finally, try to be outside 15 minutes or more 5 days per week. When I'm running, that's super easy to do. When it's raining, that's less easy to do. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I know I went really fast for all of this, and we're gonna get back on track, and then June's gonna be a normal video where we'll go over what I accomplished or did not accomplish in May, and then we'll go into June's goals. But I really felt like I needed to start with that goal list this time so that you had an idea of what I'm working on, even though some of them have changed, and that's totally fine. That's totally normal for goals to change as you go on. And in fact, that's why they do the quarterly refreshes in this. I just wasn't ready yet to do a refresh when the quarterly one came up. So, but you know what? There's nothing stopping me for doing one in June, even though it was technically placed in here in April. If I'm feeling like I get to a good place at the end of this month, I can always do that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I promise I'll be more consistent posting these every month because I know people really look forward to these videos, and I like making them and looking back on them. It helps me feel like more motivated about my goals and like, yeah, that's right. I want to work on that this month. So please subscribe if you're new here. And as always, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you in my next video.